All right, welcome back to the Finley Formation. This is Brandon.
This Gage.
All right, so it's just us two again here. Jared had to work, and we have conflicting schedules again. So just me and Gage, but we do have his picks, and we are gonna go ahead and go on without him. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It was a crazy week. I think there was an upset there. If we're just gonna go right into the football stuff, there was a crazy. I think the Giants upset was one of the bigger upsets that I've seen. I mean, the Chargers are just playing so well.
Yeah,
You
that
know,
was really surprising.
but you got that rookie come in. But it was like, he didn't play great. I'm not going to say he did, but he did enough.
Oh yeah,
He he did a lot with his feet, seemed like. And we're talking about Jackson Dart. If you guys didn't know, dude, come in, and I mean, I think he had a. Did he ever? I think he had a rushing touchdown.
hmm
I think so. Uh, yeah, he did all right, and they did. They upset the Chargers. Now the Chargers did end up having Joe Alt go down too, and I think that hurts their offense because they already had what's his name go down. Their left tackle went down.
Rashawn Slater.
Yeah, Slater
Yeah,
went down before the season started, I think, and then now they lose Joe Alt. So I mean, yeah, you lose both tackles. It's kind of rough to come back from that one. So the Giants, they took advantage of it, man. You
yeah,
know,
yeah, for sure. I mean, it's just crazy. Like you said, they lost their left. Didn't have their left tackle already, and then they lost Joe Alt too. And I mean, as much as the Giants aren't good, the one thing they are good at is pass rush. Their
yeah.
D line is incredible, and then you lose your two best pass protectors, and yeah, you're in deep trouble against this team. So
And the one thing that Jackson Dart didn't do was just throw the game up into a moon ball and hopefully it lands.
yeah,
I thought I'm not comparing him saying he's better than Russell Wilson prime, but he definitely did enough to get a win where Russell Wilson has not been able to. I think if you have Russell Wilson in that game, I don't think they win.
I don't think so either. No,
And I'm liking what I see from that little bowling ball that we talk about.
Cam Scadaboo.
Yeah, he's pretty good, man. And obviously he's a great blocker. I think sometimes he goes to look for contact, which I like, but at the same time, I think he leaves a lot of yards out there because instead of trying to go around somebody, he's always trying to go through them.
Yeah,
And so I like that style of play. It's kind of fun, but it's not. If for one, it's going to hurt his longevity, and it's really kind of hurting his yards a little bit because he could still just kind of get around guys and even start falling forward a bit further. But
yeah. So his stats in this one were 25 attempts for 79 yards, the 3.2 average, which normally doesn't sound very good. But like Brandon just said, I mean, he runs through the line and he either could go left for open field or right into the middle linebacker, and he's going right into the middle linebacker to try
he
and run
ducks
over.
his head every time. It's crazy. I laugh because it's like Jesus. You had a chance to get a few more yards there, but his all his intangibles look great. I mean, honestly, he's really good pass protection.
Yep.
I think that he has the right temperament, and he's a little bit faster than what I thought he was too. To be honest
Yeah,
with
I
you,
bet.
I mean, I'm not saying he's a burner, but
I
you know,
think the reason you're seeing that is I bet the Giants were like, yeah, if you want to play, you're getting faster and put him on the treadmill a good bit this offseason because
yeah,
like
he did lean up a bit.
yeah, he looks a little smaller and definitely looks faster. I mean, definitely ain't seeing no 4.84 or whatever the hell he ran.
Yeah.
Definitely doesn't look that slow.
I
So
would say that so far, I mean, in my opinion, I think that's the upset of the season so far. First 4 weeks of this first quarter of the season. Definitely to me, it's the upset. I don't know. I think we had one person pick the Giants to win that game out of all of ours. It was Hunter, I believe,
mhm.
picked them. So I think he was just trying to be trying to outsmart everybody, and he did on that one pick. So
Yep.
yeah, heck of a. I would have never picked him. I still wouldn't pick him 9 times out of 10 in that game. Or you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah. If
So
it was this week, I'd still pick the Chargers.
right,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know. On my notes, I was just looking at it. What do you think about the Seahawks? I feel like that team's a hell of a lot better than what they were supposed to be this year.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they look way better than they were supposed to be. And I really didn't see it. And I do see the one thing I have enjoyed watching the Seahawks this year so far is Gray Sable doesn't get a lot of blocks, man.
No,
See him give up a couple TFLs. I don't know if he's given up any sacks yet, but I know he's given up a couple TFLs. He doesn't look great. So
I know I saw a play where he was just on the ground, where he overplayed it and ended up on his ass, but well, on his face, I should say. He did
yeah,
fall forward, missed it, block, and fell forward, overplayed. But I don't know. I haven't really watched that much for him. I think the offensive line still needs work, but they're a lot better. I thought Sam Darnold would be just. I thought he'd be hurt, be running, scared, but they're actually giving him time, enough time. I can't say that they're great, but they're doing better than I thought.
yeah.
So that defense is for real, though.
Oh yeah, for
I
sure.
like their defense.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I only pick on Gray Sable and really watch him because when you shit on a first round pick and say he shouldn't went undrafted, he got to be critical of him.
Yeah, we'll find out. I mean, he's still starting, so he's doing enough there to keep his spot. But
Yeah.
I know they had another lineman on their team that somebody pointed out, was it Bradford, something like that. And some guy pointed out online. I mean, they was like, check this guy out. He's the most worthless. Was it with the Seahawks? Oh man, now I'm questioning myself. Anyway, they showed another guard, and this dude it was funny. It's like, how does this guy make a living at being a lineman? You watch him, he misses blocks constantly. He never wants to take on the defenders one on one. He's
hmm
constantly missing blocks, constantly going over. If he's not double teaming, he doesn't get his hands on anybody. He'll do triple teams before he'll try to block. I think it was either with the Vikings or the Seahawks, but it was one of those teams. It was bad, dude. It was terrible. So, um, yeah, but it was a funny video because you watch it and it looks like a little kid, you done Pee Wee, who's out there
Yeah.
who's trying to pretend like he's playing football, but he doesn't know really what to do, so he just grabs and follows what everybody else is doing.
Yeah.
But anyway,
So just an extra little stat here, just to kind of run the point home. How Gray Sable was not a great first round pick. He's 42nd overall grade in PFF grading
uh,
in guards. So I mean, of course, you have two starters on each team, so it's not the worst starter in the league according to PFF grade. But his pass block grade is 57.9, which is 51st, and his run block grade is 59.6, which is 49th. And I don't understand how your pass block and your run block are both below 60, yet you have a 60 overall. So I actually put him at like the 49th guard in the league, and it's pretty awesome to watch him fail.
so yeah, because you've been against him the whole time.
Yeah.
You thought for sure, like definitely not a first round pick, maybe later rounds, but
Yeah.
so I mean, if he falls on his face, then yeah, that's definitely something good for you. Like, good on you for noticing that because I actually liked him, but maybe he is not that going to be that great. But it's still early. I mean, 4 games in his career.
Yeah.
But going from the Seahawks defense, which is really good, I'll tell you, I think I'm really kind of concerned about the Bills defense. Their offense is great, and they're able to run the ball and keep stay out on the field. But man, that defense is struggling. There at times they made Rattler look great.
Yeah, but I mean, Rattlers look great at times in every game he started so far, like this
Right.
season. So,
Right. And they're fine. And I agree with that. Like they're not terrible, but it really looked like at times I was like, shit, Saints might actually beat the Bills.
but I
Be-
mean, I feel like that's just kind of the norm right now with the Bills is Josh Allen has to carry him to the lead or the
yeah.
offense does because there is times where James Cook does it all and Josh Allen doesn't have to do much, but it is always the offense winning Bills games. It is never the defense winning
Right.
Bills games.
They
Never.
the only game they played where it looked like just a full smackdown beatdown win was against the Jets so far.
Yeah,
And that's because the Jets offense isn't great at all.
just because the
So
Jets as a whole are dog shit.
I mean the Bills are 4-0, and it is basically the Bills offense that is carrying them there.
Yep.
And I know they had a few stops against the Ravens the first week at the end of the game, but I think that was before giving up like 41 points.
Yeah.
So I don't think they're that great. And at the time, we were like, the Ravens are going to be the best team. And now I'm not even so sure that's true
Yeah, because
because,
they're 1-3 now.
yeah, now they've turned to 1-3. I'm not totally selling on them,
So
but I mean, they're in trouble in that division. It's going to be kind of tough.
I didn't watch that game, but Lamar went down. How early on was that?
What's that?
Lamar went down in that game.
Yeah, I
So-
think it was like third quarter. They were already getting pretty smacked up.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't sure when that happened, but
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you start 1-3, and then you're two-time MVP quarterback goes down, you're in trouble.
Yeah, because I remember I thought you were here when that happened. And no, maybe it wasn't that. But anyway, I thought at some point it was like, oh, it's about to get worse for him because Cooper Rush came in. I thought that was you who said that or
Oh,
something
that
like that.
was, huh? Yep.
Yeah. So, and it was already bad. They were already getting kind of beat up. That was,
Hmm.
I didn't totally count out the Chiefs by any means, but I didn't expect them to beat them down. That was pretty crazy. Another thing on the Chiefs, and I saw a thing, and it might be true. I mean, did Worthy coming back actually help unlock that offense a little bit? Because him coming back made a big deal, and he made a few early plays. I don't think people are able to double team, bring those safeties down as much. They still weren't able to get their ground game running, but all their underneath stuff was there.
I
You
mean,
know,
so it does, I think, a little bit, but it's also, as much as I like the Ravens and thought they were going to be good this year, they just aren't. So even if it's just waiting on them to strike back up again, it's, I mean, you can't. I don't think you can go off of how they played against the 1-3 team, no matter how bad they are. Also, to see whether it opened their offense or not.
yeah. No, I agree with that too. But it is Ravens were supposed to be one of the best. So yeah, maybe their defense is struggling too. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, they still have players to bounce back, but they, as of right now, it's kind of crazy. Another thing I noted too was how the Texans finally looked like a good team, but it had to come against a really bad team.
Yeah, against the Titans.
I mean, they did blank them though, and that's tough to do in the NFL, no matter who you're playing.
Yeah,
So I think what that game ended up being,
29-0. I think it
yeah,
was a
something
weird
like
score.
that. Yeah.
Yeah,
So, but they looked good. I mean, they really did. They finally were able to get their offense going a little bit against that Titans defense, which is suspect.
yeah.
And I mean, they weren't giving Cam Ward any time. I mean,
Mm-mm.
that dude. I felt like any highlights I seen, they were on
It's a
his
good thing
ass.
they're gonna have a top 5 pick to go pick up an offensive lineman
Yeah,
because they need it.
yeah. The Titans are not done rebuilding. I do expect them to go all in next year in the um, free agency, and then also draft weapons for him and
Yeah, I
protection.
mean,
So
looking at it right now, he makes plays. His team around him doesn't help at all. It's what
yeah,
I've noticed so far.
yeah,
It's like he's doing weird flick passes. He's looking. I mean, really, the best way to put it is Mahomes magic because he does do all that creative stuff more often. Is
mm,
Mahomes, so he does kind of look like that. He does look like he has to play style like Mahomes and your improviser quarterbacks. And
yeah,
I mean, he's doing a good job. It's just drops on passes that he shouldn't have even got off.
hmm
Lots of drops because I mean, he does also throw a 108-mile-per-hour fastball down
yeah,
the middle of the field to his wide receiver,
right,
so it would be hard to catch too. But
yeah.
yeah,
It was weird how the Titans went from like, hey man, they're kind of in these games to all of a sudden they play the Texans who have been struggling, and they're just not even in it though.
yep,
So that was kind of like, well, I guess you kind of seen that the team that Cam Ward has around him versus the team that like Jaden Daniels had around him is totally different.
yeah,
The team around Jaden Daniels, and don't get me wrong, Jaden Daniels had one of the best rookie QB years that I think I've ever seen. But he had a better team around him that was doing things, you know.
yeah. I mean, yeah, you got a. I'm trying to remember what I put in my rankings too, but a top 15 wide receiver.
Yeah,
Uh,
Terry.
I think I put him top 10, but
Hmm.
yeah, I mean, you got one of the better receivers in the league. Of course, Alameda Zaccheaus, if you guys listened to us last year, that's my guy. He had him in his rookie year, and uh, Cam Ward's got a washed ass Calvin Ridley who can't catch a football. So,
Right, right, and
big difference there.
yeah. So I think Cam Ward is going to be. I think he has a chance to be a good quarterback. Let's say that. I think all the skills are there. So just give him a little help. I was really impressed with the Patriots and the way they played the Panthers because the week before the Panthers blanked the Falcons
Yeah, beat
30-0,
ass. Yeah.
and then the Patriots come in and just beat down the Panthers like it was nothing.
What was that one? 42
42
to
to 10,
13 or 10?
yeah, something
Yeah.
like that. It wasn't. It was never a game, and we thought that one might be game of the week
Yep.
because they both seem like they're on the same level. But the Patriots showed what they can do when they're not giving away 5 turnovers.
Yep.
You know, and they kept the ball. They were able to run the ball. They passed. I think they constantly had good field position, even though I don't think they had a lot of turnovers, but I think they just were able to keep field
A lot of
position.
3 now. It's a lot
Yeah.
of
Drake
punting
May.
from the 15.
Drake May, I think he threw for 2 and rushed for 1. So that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, Drake May, which here's why we're saying the good field position thing is they dropped 42 points and Drake May threw 17 passes.
Nope.
Like Drake May was 14 for 17, damn good completion percentage, but again, he only threw 17 passes, so 82% should be too hard. But then he only had 200 yards and 2 touchdowns too, so it wasn't like he was throwing up huge plays. And then the rushing game just also about a total of 100 yards, and yeah, Drake May did 2 through the air and one on the ground. So it was a really, really sound game all around because they didn't have to drive down the field at all.
Yeah, and I saw Bryce Young take. It seems like he started off hot. Now he's kind of going backwards. I know that he had a really good game against the Falcons. I mean, it was an okay game. He had a good game, but it seems like, man, once he gets a little tread going, and you're like, all right, here we go, and then it just falls off again. Like
For
he starts
who?
for Bryce Young,
Yeah.
just starts making stupid mistakes. You're like, all right, maybe they do need another quarterback because sometimes he looks like the guy, and sometimes he doesn't.
I mean, looking at Bryce Young stats here, though, I'm not really, by no means was it a good game. But he was 18 for 30, so 60%. So not terrible. And then 151 touchdown with 0 interceptions.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a good game by any means, but
Well, I think a
It
lot of his
wasn't-
stuff is like circumstantial, though.
mhm.
Like he does not make big plays when they need it. Third downs, he's not rushing for first downs when they need it. Making all
Yeah.
those other circumstantial plays. He needs to get his team in position to at least get some points, and
Yeah.
he's just he's missing that. Like you see these other quarterbacks, like Drake May was doing in that game, and other like Patrick Mahomes, all these other quarterbacks who are actual starting quarterbacks are able to get their teams. And this is just another week for him doing it. Otherwise, you just be like he had a bad game.
Mhm.
But man, it's his inconsistency that's causing people are causing doubt in his ability to lead a team. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
It is me because I think he has all the skills. Sometimes, like I said, he looks great, but other times you're like, well, you could have had a chance there.
Yeah.
Yeah, another one. I thought it was almost maybe game of the week material was the Bears and the Raiders. I think the Bears pulled that out at the last couple of minutes or so.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It looked sloppy from both sides. It
Mhm.
wasn't like both teams played a really good game.
Yeah,
So it's game of the week. It was both teams played shit, so it was a close game.
right. What did what's his name end up with? Caleb.
I'm not sure. I mean, the one guy who didn't play a bad game at all was Ashton Genty.
Yeah,
He put up like 35 fantasy
Finally.
points.
finally had a breakout performance.
Yeah.
Wasn't quite enough, almost there to get him the win, but not quite. Dude's looking for some airtime again.
Yep.
Yeah, I was just curious with Caleb Williams. I'm looking that up real quick, but okay, only 212. He had 212, one touchdown, one interception. So this might not be the year for them to get a 4,000-yard passer like I thought, because he's really going to have to step it up in the second, third, or the last 3 quarters of the season. Because yeah, he's not averaging. He's not on pace for it.
Yeah, I told you you're smoking meth with that take, but
Well, it's going to happen. I think Caleb Williams has the ability to do it, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe they're just not there yet. I thought Ben Johnson would
let's be
unlock
real.
that.
He'll show hope. It looks like he's going to do something, and then he'll proceed to be the most mediocre quarterback in NFL history. Just like the last high draft pick quarterback they had, or the last 2 with Justin Fields and Mitchell Trubisky.
Yeah,
We find a guy, they show some hope, but then they shit the bed and become mediocre as hell for their whole career.
just like every other Bears quarterback ever.
It was funny
They
'cause-
had Jay Cutler, who was a
Yeah.
high pick too, and he was never able to get 4,000 yards even.
Yeah, and it was funny because Hunter sent me it today for the trade we did for my Mitchell Trubisky one,
Uh-huh.
and man, the Bears helped us out so much.
Right.
We got like Solomon Thomas was irrelevant nowadays. I can't remember who the other one was. He was irrelevant, but then we got George Kittle and Fred Warner from the picks from that trade
Oh, really?
for Mitchell Trubisky. So it's like, I'm so glad we did not end up with Mitchell Trubisky.
Yeah, we'll take that all day.
The Bears boosted the hell out of us. So,
Right. Okay, so the one game that we did end up picking for our game of the week, because we had a couple there. I think we were talking about the tie game between the Packers and the Cowboys, which was a great game. Ended up going to overtime, and then they ended up tying on a field goal by the Packers at the last. As overtime ran out, it was they actually kicked the field goal to take the tie rather than try to go for the
a
win.
touchdown, yeah.
And they were pretty close too. So I mean, we almost picked that one. I understand why people want that one, but we ended up, because it ended in a tie. There was no winner. We ended up going with the Colts and the Rams, which was another great game that almost and probably should have ended up in in overtime, except for a blown coverage.
Yep.
So, yeah, we're going with Colts Rams as our game of the week. I'm just gonna say it. I think Colts are for real. They've played some good teams now. 4 weeks in a row they've looked good. And they did. They looked really good against the Rams. And the Rams the week before had the Eagles on the ropes and almost beat them if it wasn't for that blocked field goal, you know. So the Rams, I like both these teams. I think the Colts are for real. Their defense is good. Their offense is running incredibly efficient, and Daniel Jones looks good with the Colts. Maybe that's what he needed, was just a lead
his by far worst game though
of the season. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean he threw 433, which is actually like an 80% completion percentage, and that's real good. 262 yards, that's pretty solid. Only one touchdown to 2 interceptions though, and that's where kind of got it. But it also, if you look at it, he was sacked twice and had 14 pressures.
Mhm.
So his own line didn't give him no help.
Yeah, I mean that,
which is funny because their two best linemen joined the Vikings, and the Vikings still can't block. So,
right, I chalk that up to the Rams pass rush, man.
And they really showed why they're the number one rushing defense in the NFL by holding Jonathan Taylor to 76.
Yeah.
So I mean, he had a good average. He averaged 4.5. Maybe they just gave him more carries at one up, but I mean, they weren't able to just feed Jonathan Taylor the whole game, which is exactly how you beat the Rams. I mean,
right.
Or beat the Colts.
But the Colts are just so damn gritty that, I mean, that game almost, like I said, almost went to overtime as well. Obviously they didn't put up their best numbers, so their defense was helping them out too. I think the defense ended up having 3 sacks, forced fumble recovery. So I mean, they did well too. So their defense isn't no joke. Didn't stop them enough, obviously. They did stop the run, but Matt Stafford was just too much for him. I think, what did he get? 375 and 3 TDs?
Yep, he went 29 of 41, which is damn good.
Mm-hmm.
375, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. So,
what are you going to do against that, though? You look at what the Colts secondary has to deal with. You got Puka, who is the best receiver right now in the NFL. He's playing better than any other receiver right now. And I don't know anybody who's playing better.
Ricky Parcell.
Oh, come on. No.
You give Ricky Parcell, Mac Jones, or Matthew Stafford. He's leading the league.
I like Ricky Parcell, but he's not playing better than Puka.
He's third in receiving.
No, he's not playing better than Puka. Puka is playing the best. And then you got Devontae Adams. And then you got Tutu Atwell, who's over there as well.
So you're looking at Devontae Adams.
Dude, he
got Puka getting locked up by Damondre Lenore this week. So it's just, I mean, you'll see this week. The Niners, who have looked terrible and even lost this week, are going to go box the hell out of this Rams.
Dude, you are so far off, though. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about the Colts and what they had to deal with. I mean, Puka went 13 catches, 170 for a touchdown. I mean, that dude's crazy. He's crazy good. I mean, he's one of the best.
You're telling me
some of the best hands.
Tell me, if Ricky got 15 targets a game, he wouldn't be leading the league right now?
I don't think so. I don't know. I don't know. I know that Puka is. I know that he's getting separation and getting himself into getting open. I know that the defense or the offense for the Niners isn't getting open for Purdy. So, and that includes for Saul. So we seen that and we were like, oh, dude, yeah, he had nobody to throw to on several plays. So I think Puka is one of the best route runners. He's got the best hands. And I'm not saying that he's the best in the NFL. I'm saying he's playing the best right now. I don't think there's anybody. But that defense, when you're doing that and you got those three guys that you got to look at, I don't know who you're going to cover. So the only thing you can hope to is get to Stafford every play. And I mean, 375, 3 touchdowns, that looks good, but they made them pass a lot. And so I was like, and not to mention the Colts should have probably won this game if it wasn't for Adonai or whatever the heck his name is.
Donnie Mitchell.
Donnie Mitchell and his fumbling the ball before going in the end zone. Did you see that?
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
God, man. Wait to celebrate. You
Yeah,
see
watch
this
that in
crap.
lifetime, and you see it go out. It's like, oh, that was
Oh.
close, and then you see him chase it down. It's like, oh, he fumbled. There's no way to
Dude.
look at reviews for anything. He chased it down because he knew he fumbled.
You see this shit every season. There's always some bonehead or more than one in college or pros that drop the ball before going into the freaking end zone.
Yep.
It's the most ridiculous damn thing ever. It pisses me off because you are pros. All right. Even in college, I don't care. You're getting paid to play most likely, especially with NIL and all that shit. You've been playing this game probably for a long time. Carry the ball into the freaking end zone, man.
Yeah,
Like,
tuck it.
wait.
Get in the end zone. Hear the whistle blow. See the hands go up. Then celebrate.
You know,
Like-
and he was shifting hands so that way he could hold the ball out to celebrate.
Mhm.
And dude, you haven't done it. Get in the freaking end zone, man. That
Yeah.
was such shit. And I mean, I don't feel bad for the guy. I don't. That was bullshit. He should have just fucking held the ball like he was and got in the end zone. Anyway, it just makes me so mad when you see professionals do this ridiculous stuff because they're trying to showboat too much. They're trying to
Yep.
show off, So anyway, yeah, I mean, you take that and you give them that touchdown instead of a touchback. This game might not even have, who knows how it would have changed this game.
Yeah.
Colts are gritty, man. They are playing hard. They're playing tough.
Yep.
So it was a heck of a game. It went back and forth the whole time. It wasn't like one team got ahead and the other team had to claw back into it. That's kind of why also I chose it because it was like a back and forth affair. It wasn't, like, oh man, the Rams had to come back from a 20-point deficit or something like that. They
Yeah.
really just beat the shit out of each other for a full hour.
Yep.
And yeah, really good game. I thought it was a really, we kept going back and forth looking at what was going on. I think in that one, that was really
Mhm.
good. That busted coverage though at the end for 2-2. I think that was what 70 yards. That he went? 88.
That's what I've seen. 88 yards.
Was it? That was even further than what I thought. And dude was wide open. That was just a ridiculous blown coverage, but a way to end the game where you played so damn well the whole time, which is another reason that right there put Stafford over 300. 300. So I mean they played so well the whole game. Both teams. I think the Rams, in my opinion, look like a championship team. I know they ended up losing to the Eagles, but they had them on the ropes. I think that they're taking on really good defenses. I think that they played the Texans, really good defense, beat them. The Eagles should have beat them, really good defense. The Colts are playing really good. They did beat them. I'm not saying that their defense is really good. I'm just saying they're playing good.
Their defense is playing good enough that their offense could go out and drop 42 and win.
Yeah.
They're just not the Bengals defense. It's what the Colts defenses look like so far.
But they're gritty. You know what I mean? Like I said.
Mhm.
And then I can't remember who else they played now, but I know that all 4 wins have been pretty impressive. I don't think that they had.
Did they? I thought they
I
played
can't
the
remember.
Titans. for
Maybe it
one of them.
was. Maybe it was. So maybe one easy win in there, but for the most part, man, I've been really impressed with the Rams. I think they're looking like they got a championship defense. Their offense is really playing well. Yeah, they're doing good. So I wouldn't be surprised to see them deep into the playoffs. And yeah, just a really good game. So that's all I can say about that one. I really like that game. It was one of the game between 2 really good teams this season. Not just kind of a fluke like where we had a few games where the Cowboys and the Giants go all the way to the end.
Yeah.
So anyway, all right, let's go on to our underreaction, overreaction.
Okay, my underreaction is the Vikings O line. Didn't see a whole lot of the Vikings are game over pretty much until they could get their O line back. Even though Carson Wentz was sacked 6 times, which I understand the Steelers have a pass rush, but if he's sacked 6 times and has 22 pressures, how's he supposed to throw the football, man?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, I agree. That's a great one. I kind of actually forgot about the Minnesota Steelers game because it was early.
It was 7 in the morning. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it was 24-21. So they barely lost anyways. So they make it work. But, I mean, when you give up 6 sacks and 22 pressures, you're not going to win very many games at all.
Well, we were texting. I think I was texting with you and Jared during that game,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, this I think that's what it was. It was talking about the Steelers being an enigma or something like that.
Yeah.
And then he was like, that Steelers defense or the Vikings, however it was. Anyways, like the Steelers defense is an enigma. And that was because they started letting the Vikings come back into it all of a sudden. I mean, they beat them up the whole game
Yep.
up until the fourth quarter and then
Yep.
let them kind of slide back in. That wasn't much. I agree with you, though. I think the O line for the Vikings is, they're in need. They need to get it together. They might actually have to go get a couple pieces if they want to continue. What are they now, 2-2? Vikings.
Yeah.
So they're that is a tough division. I think I mentioned something about the Ravens being in a tough division, but they're really not because the Bengals are out of it.
That's
The Browns
Steelers
aren't
and
great.
Browns, yeah.
You got the Steelers, but but the Vikings really are in a tough division.
Yeah.
So my underreaction is the Jaguars defense. I don't think people know how well the Jaguars defense is actually playing. Their numbers might not look right until you look at takeaways. They might not look good until you look at the takeaways. They're leading the league by far in takeaways. It's not all picks; it's fumbles. I mean, they're punching that ball out. They got the peanut punch going on. It's incredible when your team plays against them and you're frustrated and I want to blame my team for those fumbles, but then you look at it and you're like, yeah, dude, they're going for it every play though.
Mm-hmm.
It's their mindset. And I think people need to come around to how well this Jaguars defense is playing, not just because they played our Niners and beat them, but really they make these games look ugly. They had a heck of a game against the Bengals and almost beat the Bengals, and then they I think was it the Patriots?
Yeah.
So
I think so. Your underreaction, my overreaction go hand in hand because
Okay.
my overreaction is Brock Purdy, who went 22 for 38. That's 57%. That's not good. Still had 309 yards and then had 2 touchdowns for 2 interceptions. So it's like not a good game at all. And if you just watch that game, those 22 completions, I think only one of them or 2 of them was actually right where it needed to be instead of 3 feet in front of the guy or a foot above the guy.
Mhm.
He was really thrown over. He missed a lot of passes. So it wasn't a good game. But it's both of the both of the plays that ended up being interceptions, one was tipped by D Lyman, one was right in McCaffrey's hands, and McCaffrey volleyball hit it backwards.
Yep.
So it's like you can't blame the turnovers on him. You can blame a lot of the missed passes on him because he's throwing the ball to the moon,
Yeah.
picking up his best Russell Wilson, but he's playing on turf toe. It's not like he's healed from it. He has a steel plate in his cleat that game to protect himself from his turf toe. And then he's also coming off shoulder. So he's coming off 2 injuries and kind of rushing back into it.
Yeah.
So I think it's just, and like you just said, the Jags defense is just really good at takeaways. So
Yeah, they are too.
it was a bad game coming back from injury. He was playing with steel plates in his cleats and just a lot of stuff dragging him down. So I think just give him some time before he's like, oh, ready for Mac Jones to come back in. Like Mac played good, but
Yeah. No, I totally agree with you. I know we made jokes about it, like I miss Mac because he was just everything was selling on him, and I don't know if it's because he doesn't want to plant hard enough into that foot or whatever. Everything was kind of selling on him, so it wasn't just him, but he also had, I think, just in that game, going into the third quarter or halfway through the third quarter or whatever it was, already had like 6 or 7 drops.
yep.
And if Kendrick Bourne hits that crosser or catches that crosser, he's still running.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That
Yep.
dude, that was a terrible drop, wide open, great pass,
Yep.
put it right on him, and he just dropped that. So yeah,
And that's a good thing to mention too, because if you don't have those drops, or even if you drop to 1 or 2, like you have most NFL games, drop to 1 or 2, he's 28 for 38 instead of 22, and his stat line looks good, and he has 370, 380 yards,
yep,
and you have the 2 interceptions that still weren't necessarily his fault.
yeah. And
It's like,
you allow your quarterback to get into rhythm. He doesn't have to keep making those big plays. And look, we said it earlier when you tried to compare Puka to Pearsall. They weren't getting open for him either, which is another thing for the Jaguars. Although I don't think that we have our best elite receivers. You know what I mean? Pearsall's a good route runner, but when you can cover him underneath and over top and not have to worry about Kendrick Bourne and Robinson that much,
Hmm.
and our tight ends, I think they're filling in okay
Jake
for the
Tonjes
Niners,
actually kind of looks like a baller for being in
but
the league for 3 or 4 years and having his first NFL catch this year.
he's not the route
So
runner that Kittle is.
yeah,
And he doesn't take attention the way Kittle does.
yeah.
So
So
no,
the second
I
we start
like it.
getting receivers back, I think Ricky will
Yeah.
be a menace. But
So I like your overreaction because we are seeing tons. Those of us on the Niners chats and all that shit, everybody's calling for him to be done. They're like, I told you Brock Purdy wasn't going to be good and blah, blah, blah. We don't know. That was a bad game, whatever. All right. My overreaction is the Ravens 1-3. So it is bad. I expected them to be 3-2, 3-1, or,
3-1 or
3-1, 2-2, somewhere around there. I didn't expect them to go 1-3, but this was a tough start. I mean, you look at the bad loss against the Bills. That was a bad loss.
yeah,
You have Derrick Henry fumbling the ball all the time. He's fumbling the ball. They're not playing on all cylinders right now, but they've lost to the Chiefs, the Eagles, right? Not the Eagles, Chiefs, the Bills, and
oh man, who did they lose to? I'll pull it up real quick.
okay, that's going to drive me crazy because I thought I just had it all in my head. But anyway, so they've lost to some pretty good teams. I feel like, and they beat a bad team in the Browns, but they shellacked them, and they were really beating up the Bills when they lost to them. So I think that people are really ready to give up on them. I'm not so sure I'm there yet. I'm not saying that I'm impressed with their start.
So they got beat by the Bills by 1 point. They shit on the Browns. They got beat by the Lions by 8,
Yeah, the
and then
Lions
beat by the Chiefs.
and
So
and the Chiefs Super Bowl team last year. Lions should have been NFC Championship, but lost to the Commanders in a heartbreaking fashion.
yeah,
But all teams that are I think that are expected to do well. The Chiefs are always expected to do well because they're the freaking Chiefs, and
yeah,
they got Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes, and then the Bills. I think Bills are a lot of people's Super Bowl favorites.
yeah,
So I'm not ready to give up on them. I do think they have another tough game, not this week, but coming up, but then their schedule gets easier. I mean, I think they still got the Bengals. They got to play twice, and the Bengals can't get their passing game going. They got nothing. So I think that the Ravens are still a playoff team, and I still think they're going to probably be AFC Championship. I'm just not so sure that they're the Super Bowl team that we thought they were going to be
yeah,
because their defense is nowhere near what I thought it was going to be.
yeah.
But they still have the offense, and Derrick Henry's going to get it together. He's not going to fumble the season away. They're going to get it together. So my overreaction is people giving up on the Ravens, but
Yeah, that's a good one.
okay. All right, so we'll go into our picks, and we're going to talk about the listener picks. So we have a winner. We are going to give away our $25 this week again. That's 2 weeks in a row
Yep.
that we've had over 10 listener picks. This week we actually had 16.
Yeah,
So
so that's a good bit.
that's awesome. We almost
Mhm.
doubled what we needed. And yeah, thanks guys for participating. But do remember that if you win and you hear your name called on the show, get with us, message us at Facebook, Podbean, or
YouTube,
YouTube. You can get on
personally
there.
text one of us. Just
Yeah. Yeah.
make-
Let us know that you heard your name called and that you won. And then we'll send, and sometimes you just got to let us know where to send it to. We'll send it. If you're listening and you're not within Wyoming or near us, that's fine too. We'll send it through
Yeah.
mail. We'll send it to you.
we mailed one to Virginia last year.
Yep. Yeah.
So-
Ohio. Yeah.
Ohio, yeah.
Yeah. So if you're out of town, I know we got a lot of listeners in New York right now. We've had 30. Yeah, we've had quite a few come up from New York. Man, if you want, we'll send it to New York. I don't care. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, that would
But,
be awesome.
If you want to play, get onto Facebook and check it out. It's just under Finley Formation. I already posted the ones for week 5. Just remember too that even when we've had 2 Monday night games, that we're only asking for the last game total score. We're not. I know on the sheets it might say the total score for both games, but just listen, and I put it on there. It's only the last game. We don't do both games. So anyway, this week was Jason Klepper who ended up winning it. We had a 3-way tie. I think a 3-way tie at 5 losses between Tayson, Wendy, and Jason. And it was Jason who pulled away because and Aaron was in there too with 5 losses. So it was a 4-way tie, 5 ways. Geez, there's Connor too. But I think maybe a couple of you guys thought we were doing the double games. I don't. Maybe you need to read the top of the thing a little bit better, but I definitely put on all of the posts and everything, and we say it on the show that we only did the last game, not the last two. So he won it with just the overall total score. Tiebreaker was Jason Klepper. Good job, Jason. All right, which is cool because I think I heard him on the radio doing the Wolves call.
Yeah.
So he was doing that. He works. I don't know if he works for the radio network or who he works for or what he does, but that was pretty cool. I listened to a little bit of the Wolves game, and he was on there with Eric Pauly.
Yep.
Making the call, and he sounded really good. I mean, at least it makes it better to listen to when the Wolves are actually winning some games, which they did this weekend too. So
Yeah.
awesome, good job, Jason. Just give us a message, and we'll get you your $25 out. Just message us and tell us where to send it to.
We ain't done this one in a minute.
Oh yeah, nice. Good
Don't use
call.
our buttons enough.
I know, man. I always have them behind my screen now. I always forget about them.
Yep.
We're gonna have to work on that. All right. Well, good job, Jason. And as for us, you know what? I don't even know. I didn't do ours. I know we didn't lose 5. I think we all lost more than 5.
Yeah.
So,
I think so too.
I
could pull up mine real quick.
Yeah,
Docs,
I got it here too. So there's one. Of course, we all picked the Niners. I lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I lost.
You lost 6.
I lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, I lost 5 as well.
Yeah. You're gonna have to help me here because I can't think of how all 16 games finished. Okay, so I got the
I have your picks on here too.
Seahawks Cardinals with Seahawks win, right?
No, I did end up losing 6. So I went
did
10 to
lose 6?
6. Yep.
I see 1, 2, 3. No, 2. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not.
You were the only
Can't
one who
remember
picked.
16 games.
Yeah, which one did here? I'll go through. I know.
Yeah.
Right. So you got one there. Of course, the Niners. 2, 3, 4,
It's a little behind the scenes for you guys.
5. 6 because you picked the Browns again.
Yep.
7, you picked the Colts. 8. So 8 for you. So you went 8 and 8.
Wow.
Yeah, that wasn't very good. Right, and then Jared, I think he only missed the Niners game on this other side too. Sorry, we're taking long. This is fun though.
Vikings, Titans, Chargers.
Yeah, so he did. He picked the Steelers.
The Commanders lost, huh? The
Yep.
Browns lost. Yep. The Colts, the Niners,
Yeah, so
the Ravens.
he lost 1, 2.
So, what's going on here though? Are you counting the Packers Cowboys as a win for everybody or a loss?
Yeah,
for
I'm
everybody?
not counting it as anything. Just yeah.
That half a game could have changed our winner, man. No, because everybody
got it. Yeah.
Everybody would have.
I was like, no. Holy shit! I think Jared did better than I thought. So anyway, I think Jared's in the lead. I think Jared went 14. No, I think he only had 4 losses. Ooh, he
So
might have.
12-4.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, Jared only had 3 losses. What a
3?
shithead. Yeah.
Holy shit!
All right. Good job, Jared. So Jared's out ahead of us. Sorry that took so long.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to have a couple perfect weeks here now. Catch up to Jared overall.
Yeah, we both are.
Yeah. So I'm in last with only 37 wins on the season. Brandon's second with 42 wins, and Jared has 45 correct. He's 45 and 19.
Yep.
I guess that's where his expertise in the X's and O's that we don't quite have.
Yeah.
Is you guys don't know, he's been coaching for what 10, 15 years now.
Yeah.
So he has all the X's and O's down, and he knows all the coaching staff and
Yeah.
all the different formations each coach runs. So he's got a little bit of advantage on us.
He's just lucky.
I just
That's
watch
all it is.
football and no personnel, and he
Yeah.
watches.
Jared
coaches.
don't know shit. He's just lucky.
Yeah.
No.
No, he just his off season, instead of looking at trades and stuff, he's just like sitting there studying what coaches are calling in training camp. And
Yeah, he called a couple games different. He called the Jaguars, or not Jaguars. He called the Falcons different than us. We both picked Commanders. He picked another one too. That was, I think one I picked was the Raiders. I picked the Raiders, which they lost on me.
yeah, I don't know why you picked the Raiders.
That was a good game though.
It was a good game. But I mean, if it wasn't for Genty being the absolute animal we knew he was going to be.
Anyway, yeah, we'll go over that. All right, let's go into this week's picks. So go ahead and read them off, and I'll read Jared's for him when you get to them.
Thursday night game, and there's a good chance Clayton pisses me off this week by telling me practice starts Thursday. So hopefully he doesn't. Hopefully my All-Stars don't get in the way of watching the Niners. But Thursday night, we got the Niners versus the Rams. This is the type of game I'm looking for on primetime.
Yeah.
Like, we've had some terrible primetime games so far this year. Like, I think the Giants have had a primetime game already, right?
Yeah.
So it's like some teams have had primetime games, and it's like, what the hell? So we got a Niners, Rams, both are 3-1, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So
Rams.
both are 3-1. They're tied for the top of the division right now. So it's a division rivalry. Both tied for the top of the division right now. This will decide early season who's on top. Very big game, and I think we're seeing a Brock Purdy bounce back game. And I think, like I was arguing with Brandon earlier on, I think Ricky Parcells is going to show he's better than Puka Nacua, and Puka's going to get boxed by Diamondre Lenore, the best corner in the NFL. And the Niners are going to win it 28-21.
So you're calling 28-21 Niners. Jared is calling it 27-13 Rams.
Wow.
They got LA as a 6.5 point favorite. I'm actually okay with that. The Niners have not looked as good even in their wins as the Rams have at times. I like the Rams, what they've been doing a lot better, and they're healthier. They've just been able to stay healthy. And so in this matchup, I like the Rams. I'm going 30-20 Rams, but I do think if the Niners get healthy, they're going to get them down the season. So
yeah, Niners are going to sweep them because Diamondre is going to box the shit out of Puka both times. But you guys are wrong in your thinking. But
I sure hope
see
you're
why you
right,
think
but
it.
it's not feeling very good.
To kick off the Sunday games, the Vikings are kicking off at 7:30. So don't worry, Hunter, you get to sleep in 30 minutes this time. No, he's pretty upset about having to wake up nice and early on his one day off because usually he works Saturdays too for the overtime now. So one day off, he's had to get up early 2 weekends in a row to watch his Vikings. And I'm predicting the Vikings to go out and lose to the Browns 28-17. So he's going to be real pissed off.
28-17 Browns.
Yep.
Okay, they have Minnesota's a 3.5 point favorite. I mean, I guess I would probably put like a 1.5 or even, on there. But Jared has it 17-16 Vikings, so he has it a close game, kind of what I'm talking about as well. I actually had the Browns to win this one also at 20-17 Browns. I think their defense is incredible. I think they got shellacked by a really good Lions team, but I do feel like they're going to hold this Vikings teams down. And
one is like you're looking at the record difference where the Vikings are 2-2 right now, and the Browns are 0-4,
1-3,
1-3.
Yeah,
the Browns, like, their offense is pitiful, but they're also planning on starting one of their two rookies this year. They're talking about, or this week.
It wouldn't surprise me. And also, Quinshon Judkins is just he's starting now and he's tearing it up.
Yeah, and he's coming alive. And then, I mean, man, the Vikings having the no O line at the moment and playing against another one of the best D lines in the league. Like, you got Mason Graham, who's starting to come up. He's getting hot now. You got Myles Garrett, who is just always hot, never having a bad game. So, yeah, I think they're in some trouble this weekend.
Yeah.
Next game is going to be the Raiders versus the Colts. And like Brandon said earlier, even though they lost, we think the Colts are the real deal. And the Raiders just lost in heartbreaking fashion to a not very good Bears team. So I'm taking the Colts in this 35-10.
Okay, you like the Colts. They've got Indianapolis as a 6.5 point favorite. Totally good with that. It could even be a little bit more as far as
Yeah.
I'm concerned. I do, and Jared likes the Colts as he likes them to win by 17. He's got 34-17 Colts. I'm okay with that. I've got it 28-17 Colts. So I think this is not going to be pretty. I think it's going to be kind of an ugly game for the Raiders. Colts are just playing too well right at the moment. Or it
Yeah.
probably could be one of those fluke Raiders wins that they pull out,
Yeah.
like
Like when they
against the
beat the Ravens
yeah.
last year.
But no, I fully expect the Colts to keep rolling on this one. So
Cool. Next game is Eagles versus Broncos. And I think this will be a decent matchup. I think the Broncos defense is starting to show something. Of course, they had a bad team, which is the exact tune-up game I thought they needed to get stuff together. But I think the Eagles are still just too good, and they're taking this one 28-17.
you like the Eagles 28-17. All right. They have Philly as a 3.5 point favorite. I like it that they made it kind of closer. A lot of people might think that, the Eagles will just blow them out, but I don't think it'll be a blowout either way. I think you're right about the Broncos. They needed something like that. Jared has the Broncos winning 21-20 on the road
Ooh,
against the
maybe I should
Eagles.
change my pick. Apparently he's got the
um,
script or something. So
so he has the Broncos winning. I actually like the Eagles to win. I put a touchdown, but I could easily see this being just a field goal game or even, a 24-23 type of thing. But I've got the Eagles winning 27-20.
cool. Next one is going to be Texans versus Ravens. Uh, I wanted to put a bigger spread on this one. I got it as Ravens by 13 and 34-21. But the Texans just kind of had a tune-up game, so maybe they're coming in and pretty much everyone on that roster is hot, feeling good right now after a 29-0 win. So I think that will keep them in it. The fact that they're going to come in hyped up, but I think they're going to get shut down pretty quick.
And what'd you say the score was going to be?
I got 34-21 Ravens.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, they've got it at a Houston at a 2.5 point favorite in this one, actually. I thought that was kind of crazy. And I think maybe it depends on if Lamar Jackson's in it. I'm pretty sure that what I saw was he was questionable. I don't think he was out, as far as I know. Now, if he plays, it changes the whole dynamic of this offense.
Yeah,
So, but if Lamar Jackson's out, I don't know. I think he'll end up playing.
that's
What I
true. I
saw was
didn't
he was
look into that.
questionable. So maybe that's why they have Texans. Jared has the Texans winning 23-17. Maybe they upgraded him to doubtful or downgraded him, I should say. But Jared has them winning 24 to 23-17. With Lamar, I like the Ravens to win 24-20. I do think it's going to be a close game, but we'll wait to see.
Okay, so they made him doubtful,
Oh, did
and
they?
he is expected 2 to 3 weeks.
Oh, okay. Then I'm definitely changing mine. That was not what I last heard. I'm gonna
That is
go
not what I
with
last heard either.
yeah. I last I saw it was questionable, but I'm gonna go with the Texans to win 24-20 at that point.
I'm going to go 24-21 Ravens.
But you're still going Ravens.
Still going Ravens. I'm
Okay.
just making it not a blowout.
Yeah, I don't. I
I
mean,
still think they still got Derrick Henry. So
yeah, they got Cooper Rush.
they
If that's their backup,
they
then
still got Derrick Henry.
they could make it happen. But I still think it'll be close. I just think it'll
Imagine.
be
I
opposite
mean,
now.
you remember what we were saying about Daniel Jones starting with the Colts. I mean,
That's true.
never know what's going to happen.
Okay, so two of us are going Texans, and you're going Ravens. All right.
Next one is Dolphins versus Panthers. I got the Panthers taking this one 30-17. I mean, like Jalen Waddle and both Jalen Waddle and Tyreek looked really good against the Jets, but now you don't have Tyreek and you have J.C. Horn on Jalen Waddle now,
Mhm.
and so I don't think Jalen's gonna be playing super well. I mean, we'll have to see how it goes, but yeah, I'm taking the Panthers in this one 31-17.
31-17. Okay, they've got Carolina as the favorite by a point and a half, and I'm okay with that. I like that being a close matchup there. Jared has the Dolphins winning 27-23. I actually like the Panthers as well. This one was a really tough pick for me. I ended up going just because the Panthers were at home, and I think that they're going to be able to run the ball against the Dolphins pretty well.
Yeah,
So I do see them being able to put up. I think they're going to put up close to 200 rushing yards with Rico Dowdle and Chuba Hubbard. I think they're going to, but it's still going to be close. I like Jalen Waddle to carry that. They also have that rookie that they were playing. I think he's a rookie. He's a young player, young wide receiver they had out there for the Dolphins. So I think they'll be able to score plenty of points, and they still have Devon A. Chain. So, but
yeah,
I like it 35-34 Panthers.
cool. The next game is actually my game of the week prediction, even though it could be considered a toilet bowl. Uh, it's the Cowboys versus the Jets, and I got the Cowboys taking it 24-21. And you might be thinking, well, they just tied with the Packers, but they also were in the exact same overtime at 37-37 with the damn Giants. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
so they really love to play on the same level as their competition.
Yeah.
They'll play up to good teams and they'll play down to bad teams. So I think they're going to play down to the Jets here. And I think it's going to be a 24-21 game of the week type of game.
24-20. Okay. Okay. They have Dallas as a 2.5 point favorite. Jared's taking the Cowboys on this one, 27-21. I'm going to go ahead and take the Cowboys too, but I don't think that you're right there. I think this defense is bad enough for the Cowboys to give the Jets a more points than what the Jets are probably used to scoring, except for against the Steelers week one. But I still think the Cowboys, I think they've kind of got their offense rolling, kind of seen what it's going to look like without CD last week. And I think if they can, I think they'll keep that going a little bit. You probably are right, though, because they're just ridiculous about this year. But I'm going big win, 38-20
Well,
Cowboys.
you might be right on the higher scoring thing. I don't know about the big win, but I did, now that you're talking about it, they gave up 37 to the Giants.
Mhm.
So it could easily be a 40-37 game again.
Yeah.
That's actually probably the favorite for scores right now. I bet your over under on that is like 70.5 or something. Okay, next game is Giants versus Saints. And I don't want to do it, but I'm taking the Giants 28-21.
Okay.
Like this is your toilet bowl this week, and
Okay. Yeah. I mean, this is another close matchup according to them. They got New Orleans as favored by 1.5 points. I think that's probably the home game favor. Jared has the Giants winning by a point, 24-23 over the Saints. I can see why that is. I mean, the Giants, they did just had a nice upset win, one of the, best upsets of the season so far. I actually like the Saints in this one. I got the Saints winning 35-28. I think it's going to be kind of a high scoring game. The Saints have just been waiting to break out, and this is probably the game where I think they're going to at least get a point here or get a win here. I think Carl Granderson's going to tee off on Jackson Dart.
yeah, that's. I mean, I totally see that. I just think Spencer Rattler is going to be running more than Jackson Dart is. So, but
Yeah,
both these running backs are going to be fleet for their lives.
quarterbacks.
So
Yeah,
both these quarterbacks are in trouble. Okay, next one I got is Titans versus Cardinals, and I just jacked some stuff up. But Titans versus Cardinals, and I got the Cardinals taking it 28-0.
okay, wow. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Titans just got blanked, so it's not like it's not gonna.
Yeah, by a team that, I mean, maybe their defense is a bit better than the Cardinals, but the Cardinals are just a better team in general, I think, than the Texans.
Overall, they've
Yeah.
been playing better for
hmm
sure. All right, they've got Arizona as a 7.5 point favorite. I kind of thought that would be a little bigger. To be honest with you, I was thinking more double digits, like 10.5 or 11. I just feel like the Cardinals have been playing so much better. I think Jared thinks the same thing because he's got the Cardinals winning by 10. So he's about on the same track. He's got it 23-13 Cardinals. I don't think that the Titans defense is going to be that stingy. I think the Cardinals are going to win it 30-10 is what I have.
Okay. And then I got 10 minutes here to get down. So you mind if I do my last four and then take off?
Go for it.
Okay. Next one is Lions Bengals. And I got the Lions taking it 35-7. That's my
Lions.
blowout prediction.
Okay.
Commanders versus Chargers. I got the Commanders taking it 28-21.
You got the Commanders.
Yep.
Okay.
Patriots versus Bills. I got the Bills taking it 35-14.
Bills taking it 35-14.
And then I
Okay.
got Chiefs Jaguars is Monday night, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I got the Jags taking it 28-10.
All right.
Right now, I'm going to take off
All
real
right, man.
quick.
Peace. Okay, so we're gonna go back and I'll try to catch up where we were. I think we went Commanders Chargers was one of the first ones he called there. So okay, well I'm gonna go down my list. So we're gonna do Commanders Chargers. They have the Chargers at a 2.5 point favorite. I think this is because Jaden Daniels is not expected to play. I think they had him doubtful, and because of that, um, I think that's why Jared has. See here, Commanders, Chargers. He has the Chargers winning by 3, which I'm okay with that. And that's just because if Jaden Daniels was gonna for sure play, I would hold to that a little bit more. But since he's not, I like the Chargers as well. I'm gonna go Chargers 27-20. And yeah, I think their defense is gonna hold up enough, and I think that they're gonna have their offensive line better figured out rather than just losing a guy mid game. So I think they're gonna have it all schooled up there. So then the Lions, Bengals. I think this is kind of an easy one to pick. I do feel like the Bengals will break out a little bit on offense now with that guy. They've got Gage got the Lions winning pretty big. They've got Detroit as a 10.5 point favorite. I'm okay with that. But Jared, I think, is okay with a 10.5 point as well because he's got the Lions winning 35-10. And I've got the Lions winning 49-20. I think they're going to score big, but I do feel like the Bengals are going to be able to get a little bit more going than what they did against the Broncos. So I'm okay with that one. And then we're going to go back up and we're going to pick. Um, let's see here. I think he picked another one, the Bills Patriots game. So we're going to go back up to that, and they got Buffalo by 7.5. I think that's a little low for me, to be honest with you. I think the Bills have just played too good, and they played better teams than the Patriots and beat them pretty big. But I guess they did kind of struggle with the Saints, but I could see that even being a double digit thing or spread. But let's see what Jared thinks. Jared's got the Bills winning by 9. So no, he's okay with it being single digits, but a little bit more. He's got the Bills winning 27-18. So I like the Bills in this one. I like them by 11. I do like what the Patriots are doing, and they'll probably play them pretty tough. But I think in the end, the Bills are just going to do the same thing they did with the Saints. Uh, they'll let them stick around for a little bit, and then they're just going to take over and start. Uh, Josh Allen is just going to outscore him in the end. So it's going to be 35-24 Bills is who I'm picking in that one. We're going to go down. I think that now we are just on the Chiefs Jaguars, the Monday night game. Here they've got Kansas City as a 3.5 point favorite. I guess I'm okay with that to a point. I can see them. The Chiefs did just come off a huge win, and it's hard to pick against the Chiefs. You just don't know what you're going to get with them. So 3.5 point favorite. I'm kind of okay with that. Jared seems to be like he likes the Chiefs in this one. He's going Chiefs 27-10. I don't blame him there, but I'm gonna go with the Jaguars. I think the Jaguars are just gonna bring the Chiefs down right in the mud and make it a really tough, hard nosed game. I think there's still gonna be points scored, but I think it's gonna have to be at a price. I think there's going to be a lot of turnovers in this game. I think I like both defenses, but I'm going with the Jaguars 28-27 in this one. So that is our picks for this. As you see, Gage just had to take off. You probably heard that. That's fine. He had to go run chains for a game. He's still doing the Pee Wee football. He's been donating his time for that. He's been coaching, and now he's going to do the change for the Super Bowl, which is cool. So we were running a little long on this episode, but thanks for listening. And remember, when you're doing these picks, just make sure that you put in the last game final score, just one game. I don't think we're going to have any more 2 Monday night game situations, but just remember to put in for that. And I appreciate everybody listening and all the players, all the listeners who are playing along with us on Facebook. Just keep it up, and thanks again.